Hey guys, welcome back to Total Tactics Football. It's Fran here, and today I'm going to cover the Tottenham vs Liverpool game that ended 2-1 in Liverpool's favour. The game was played in Anfield, and we saw a very exciting display, and in a sense, a game of both halves where Liverpool were still ultimately able to come ahead. The interesting thing this game was Tottenham's kind of starting formation. They opted to go for Lo Celso. We've seen it many times, especially in the bigger games this season, where we've seen Ndombele preferred and where Spurs has opted to go for a 4-2-3-1 formation. But today we saw more of a 4-4-2 being played by Jose Mourinho. This was a formation that actually tried to adapt to the way Liverpool play in a 4-3-3 and also tried to kind of address the kind of problem that Liverpool fullbacks can create in terms of their ability to dictate and create from range. The way it works is that in this 4-4-2 structure, you can see Spurs defend essentially in boxes of four. So either one of Son or Kane will kind of help to create an initial box of four, as you can see here in this frame, and that will be then later supported by the fullbacks who come into frame when Liverpool kind of move higher up into Spurs' half. The interesting thing for Spurs, of course, is that as a counter-attacking side, they try to find forays to kind of break Liverpool and their high line. Although they didn't try many over-the-top balls, which is something that other teams have opted for, they did use the kind of penetrative through balls, and they tried to apply Bergwijn's work rate into the game and tried to attack mostly through the left, because in this formation, with Sissoko acting almost as a right mid, he isn't as acclimated in a sense to play as a winger. So his ability to kind of link up plays and create with Harry and also with Son are not as good as when, let's say, Lo Celso drives forward. And Lo Celso's ability to drive forward was exactly what allowed Spurs to kind of put themselves level initially in the game. As you can see here, he puts on a perfect play to Son after carrying the ball. This ability, of course, is exactly what he presents to the side. Ndombele provides a sort of long ball threat, but it seems like Jose Mourinho wanted to opt to go for the sort of 4-4-2 structure, whereas when we see an Ndombele play, he plays very much higher in the field as a 10. Liverpool, on the other hand, opted to go for that sort of standard 4-3-3 formation. Here we have Henderson, playing in slightly deeper areas of the field. And the beauty, of course, of Henderson's play is his ability to kind of now dictate from deep and how much control of the game he has. At times, he sort of covers for the centre-backs. You also see him making runs forward. But it's, in general, his ability to command the game and to actually cover, where Liverpool are weak, in instances where, for example, a centre-back might have pushed forward, that really make the difference. Here you can see Henderson's ability to kind of create a play here by recognizing Robertson's ability to run in behind. And this ultimately creates another attacking play that was a key aspect of how Liverpool created several chances, as well as the sort of first goal in the first half, where Salah makes this sort of inside forward run right into the middle of the box. And as he sees Robertson making that run across Henderson's pass, he moves into the center of the box, ready to kind of take a shot. Although this opportunity didn't exactly lead to a goal, it was the next opportunity where Curtis Jones kind of dribbles into the box and the ball falls into Salah's feet that actually allows him to score a deflected goal. And this isn't necessarily because it was lucky, but rather it comes as a result of the fact that Salah makes these very smart runs at times that go unmarked and leave him in unmarked areas. What was interesting about the way Liverpool played is, now with Curtis Jones, you have someone who can actually drive into the box and has that sort of dribbling ability to kind of make plays in those sort of central key areas. Previously, their ability to kind of provide these sort of long passes and apply the vision of players like Fabinho and Henderson were key to the side, as well as, utilizing the fullbacks. Now with Curtis Jones, you sort of have another player who moves forward to support, for example, for Firmino sometimes at times, who also drops deeper into the midfield. And he provides, in a sense, a front four at times where Liverpool really create these tricky interplays in people's boxes. For me, I think the reason why Liverpool won this match is simply, the fact that Spurs unfortunately didn't take their chances. Spurs had a key chance here where Bergwijn was essentially completely through on goal, with Son providing a very beautiful lofted header on. And Ultimately, when Spurs as a side are unable to take those chances, then in a sense the momentum of the game also at times will go back to a team like Liverpool who have possession. And if Liverpool can create something from it, then they get rewarded for it too. And we saw that with Firmino's header, where Harry Kane took a sort of moment's kind of hesitation and allowed Firmino to kind of score a booming header that sealed the game. Ultimately, though, I would still say that on balance, Spurs had plenty of chances, and we saw a very tightly contested affair. And so it'll be interesting to see how both teams line up further.